Time to release the Kraken.
Live from Dark Pine Studios is recorded without edits or overdubs. This episode features Josh Watson and the Wolfmen of Del Rio. If you like what you hear, give us a like and a subscribe.
Jump in the river, jump in and drown. Don't even have a mean woman waiting back in town. Slip on down the road before they put me in the ground. Please don't tell anyone you've seen me hanging around. I roll on, sleep pretty well, pray every night I don't wake up in jail. Now I met the devil and I picked his pockets clean. Woo-woo. Woo-woo. There's no way in hell that he'll catch up with me. Say the two ways this could go. It all depends on what your next card shows. One thing's for certain, you just don't ever know. Jump on a river barge down in New Orleans. Heard they got luck's gonna turn around. One good hand's all I need. My luck's gonna turn around indeed. My luck's gonna turn around, yeah, gonna turn around indeed. We're taking it home, y'all. Ready? Bought myself a ticket, mama, I'm rolling back on the Southern Crescent. The morning I'm a rolling back. Can't wait to smell the swamp through the screen door of your country shack. I'm about to give you everything I got to give. I'm about to give you everything I got to give. Know where you can hide, I know where you live. Wanna see the hoodoo man, they gonna give me high John Rue. 5-finger grass and a genuine gator too. When you see me, you gon' jump right out your boots. Been a long while, mama, since we last spoke. New York City, Lily left me broke. My family tried to warn me, New York City ain't no joke. Bought myself a ticket, spent the last of my bread. The night it don't matter, baby, where Big Daddy lay his head. Tonight I'm gonna dream I'm lying back in your feather bed. never happened much. One Saturday night on the edge of town, James Brown sure brought the fun. My best friend then and I snuck into the high dollar seats, y'all. Saw James Brown tear down and the whole town had a ball. About as funky as this town ever felt. Way down yonder in the Bible Belt. About as funky as this town ever felt. Way down yonder in the Bible Belt. Street daydreams about what it lost. Used to be the king, used to be the boss. Last 25 years, that's been untrue. Walmart rolled back the prices and the bypass it rolled through. Down in the town of the Swamp Fox, in the July evening sun, saw James Brown tear down off Highway 501. About as funky as this town ever felt. Way down yonder in the Bible Belt. About as funky as this town ever felt. Way down yonder in the Bible Belt. Nothing ever happened much. One Saturday night on the edge of town, James Brown sure brought the fun. Sweat Mike James. There's a woman I ever saw. last 40 days, I've been hoping the rain would quit pouring in from the great wide open. With all this hard traveling we've been through. You girls such a groove, I'll stay right here if you want me to. Some down the highways, so hard to shake. Leaving it this morning would have been a mistake. Tomorrow, mama, we can throw it all away. As long as you want me, don't mind if I stay. Glad you stepped onto your porch. I've been so lonely, out of sorts. Some badger has struck a chord down deep. I'm looking forward to what's in front of me. Some bad the highways, so hard to shake. Leaving it this morning would have been a mistake. Tomorrow, mama, we can throw it all away. As long as you want me, don't mind if I stay. Glad you stepped onto your porch. I've been so lonely and out of sorts. Some battery has struck a chord down deep. I'm looking forward to what's in front of me. Some down the highway, so hard to shake. Leaving it this morning would have been a mistake. Tomorrow, mama, we can throw it all away. As long as you want me, don't mind if I stay. Oh yeah.
So we have with us for this episode
Josh Watson and friends.
Judge Watson and friends.
Yes, sir.
All right. So who is Joel Watson and friends?
Josh Watson.
Or Josh Watson? Sorry.
Joe Watson. Oh, he's a old Joe. Well, Josh Watson and friends is a band of people who've been playing together, for a good long time. David has just joined us and has started playing with us regularly and recording with us. And but Mark has played with us about maybe 5 or 6 years.
Started right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah, right in the middle of the pandemic. we added, as our friend Emily said, we added 2 of the most distancing instruments with banjo and accordion during the pandemic, so people would stay away. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, but and Dan has played for 10 years with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
More
yeah,
maybe 7.
yeah. 9 or 10.
And you have played maybe 11 or 12 years.
13 was it?
Yeah. We played this great gig where we opened for Los Lonely Boys. And afterwards, we got off stage, and it was wonderful because it was like a dream, you know, where they lower the lights and everything goes fairly okay. And at the end, the guy goes, "Hey," in their rider, they asked for a bottle of Jameson, but we don't have it. So can you guys go to the liquor store for us and Los Lonely Boys? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but everybody in the band has to go. That's just the rule. And so we all went to the liquor store and bought Los Lonely Boys and Jameson.
Hopefully they appreciate
I
that.
think they had a good time. Yeah.
That's cool.
Good. Yeah.
Great gig.
So, where are you guys actually from? I mean, you claiming to be out of?
I guess Rolling Prairie, Indiana.
From Rolling Prairie, Indiana.
Beautiful downtown.
Woo! What is that downtown? A stoplight to go?
There's no stoplight. There's
No,
not a single
not
stoplight.
even.
There's no grocery store. There's
Not like
nothing.
Knobbone, Indiana.
It really is. Yeah.
Gnawbone, Indiana.
Gnawbone,
That's a great
Indiana.
Gnawbone.
Yeah,
Working
the
for
only thing there is a post office box and a sorghum mill.
That's pretty accurate. We had a mill and a post office and nothing else. There was the blacksmith shop restaurant, but it closes frequently for health code violations. But you go there anyways because it's the only place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
living dangerously.
Living
So you guys claiming to be out of Greensboro?
Yeah.
Greensboro.
Okay.
Well, we've all lived. I mean, in and around. Well, you went to.
I went to UNCG.
You went. We all. A lot of
went
us
to
went to
UNCG.
UNCG.
Yeah.
And you taught it. You teach at UNCG.
teach at UNCG, yeah.
And I taught at UNCG, and you taught at UNCG. And, And so there's that, yeah. And I moved here 20 years ago to get an MFA in poetry. And a friend of mine before I moved to Greensboro said, well, you know, when you go here, this will be your home. And you'll probably, you know, and I'm like, nah. And here I am.
And here we are. Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's been well worth it.
So, how would you guys describe your genre?
Rock and roll.
I would hope so. I mean, that's not a cool term now. You got to call it like, you know, something else.
Well, I
Something
mean, you
with
know, blues or
It's, I mean, you know,
it's kind of.
well, I think of
It's
it.
not just blues.
No, I mean, I think it's like Levon Helm says in The Last Waltz, where he says, you know, it's a little bit of bluegrass and a little bit of this, and at midnight, music gets a little dirtier and that kind of thing. You know, I think that sort of, it is that where the intersection of all the ingredients, I hope, of rock and roll, where it is rock and roll, and then it's dissected. You have New Orleans music, you have, yeah, right, yeah, music from influence. I love the Texas songwriters, and so a lot of that stuff seeps in. I write narrative songs, and I think that is due to like listening to Joey Lee and Robert Earl Keen, and the list goes on forever. But then it never ends. That's right. He's true.
So it's not just one genre. But it is kind of its own because you guys doodling it all together.
Well, I'm a deadhead, to be honest, and so that sort of sort of intent behind the whole deal. You know, that never. You know what I mean, and that's what I think the great strength of that. And I don't listen to him all the time, but when I do, I go, oh, yeah.
But no, I mean, you know, that does kind of explain where everything kind of molds together and gels together. You know, because it is a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it is rock and roll, but it's not just rock and roll.
Yes.
No, I mean, you know, because there's a definite blues influence there.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know,
I love Howlin' Wolf. You know, to me, how could you be better than that? I don't think anybody. I mean, the story of Howlin' Wolf climbing the curtain, singing the song with the microphone under his arm, and he climbs, and he's 300 pounds, and he climbs the curtain, and the curtain nearly rips, and everybody goes, "Oh God, it's gonna rip," and right then he drops down to the bottom, cuts the song, walks off, and it's the end of the set. How could you get better than that?
Climbing any curtain.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But,
So what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
well, we're on, of course, like everybody, I guess people are leaving, but we're at Reverb Nation, and it's Josh Watson and the Oola Mala Band, but I think we're going to change it to Josh Watson and Friends. For about 13 years, we had a different name that borrowed from, I've heard it from a Waylon Jennings song. And it said, "Hear the grand old uproar from Nashville, Tennessee." And I said, "Oh, well, that's a good name."
That's a name.
And it stuck for 13 years, and that's what our name was. And then the Grand Ole Opry one day wrote me a letter and said, you should consider changing your band name. And, 60 years in, I mean, in some ways it's a nod to like Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, of like the he comes, he goes, or just different members come and go, or given the night, given their, their time. We have Wade Kleiner, who plays pedal steel and lap steel with us. Emily Stewart plays banjo with us sometimes and sings. So, it is that kind of deal. And 60 years of rock and roll, it's hard to come up with a new band name. I'll be honest with you. I wish it were. We could call ourselves the Broken E Strings, but it just, can't,
It's an entirely appropriate name.
Right.
The Broken E's.
So, what do you guys like to play? Or do you have kind of like a home place that you play, or any?
Where do we like to play?
Yeah. I mean, or where can folks catch you? I mean,
well, I work for the United States Postal Service, like I was saying earlier, and my days off until recently have been Monday, Tuesday. And so I really put all of this on the back burner after about 15 or 16 years of doing it a lot. And what?
No, just a lot. It's
Oh
accurate.
yeah, right. And so now I'm just sort of getting back into being, because I have a 10-year-old son, and I said the other day, when I was on tour, he goes, "Oh, you were on tour?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's good." So he probably doesn't know I was like not there for a chunk of it, because I was with these guys in a van looking for a KFC.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
And so my priorities have shifted, and we still are very serious about this, and we're getting back into the booking. But I have been the booking agent, the press agent, the whatever.
Yeah.
And it's sort of it's a hard role to step back into.
Oh yeah.
But
It's kind of like riding a bike, though. You ought to be able to take it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But we are playing on Valentine's Day at Sanford at the Smoke and Barrel in Sanford, North Carolina, which happens to be these gentlemen's hometown.
Nice.
Well, actually, you are from Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
But-
I consider Sanford my hometown because that's where I went to high school. So, for all intents and purposes.
So,
I don't know if they'd claim me, but
yeah, well, understood. I mean, hardly anybody claimed me anyway, so, I get it. So are you guys looking to book in Greensboro?
Oh, we've been all over. I mean, I've taken it to Texas and back.
There you go.
So, and boy, that was I learned a lot every time, And, you know, we actually one time, we were talking recently, we played 4 states in 3 days, I think, one time, just to, for the heck of it, just to see if we could do it, because Virginia and Tennessee. And,
was that like that was when I had that abscess in my tooth?
yeah, you were not a happy camper, but he played like a pro, boy. He played like a pro, and he dropped us off on the street. He didn't even stop the car.
Yeah,
he said,
got back
"Get
to
out." He didn't even pay us.
I went straight to the dock in the box, and I had to drive 4 hours down to the coast to meet my partner down there because we were at a vacation. So it was like mountains to the sea with a pain.
Oh yeah, that's no fun.
That's rock and roll.
Oh,
It is, yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, I'm still interested in when I can do that to go and to still do some of those, you know, gigs. We spent a lot of time in Bristol, Tennessee, you know, and we've gone to Charleston a lot and had a good time there, and played really all over. We've been, you know, I've been fortunate to play pretty much all the musical cities that I've wanted to, where the music originates.
What's the most memorable?
I mean,
One place we played was like this place called O'Mainan's in Bristol.
it's still there.
It was great. We you know, I went in there one time.
Don't dig a grave, buddy. Don't dig a grave.
I went in there and like I started talking to this guy at the bar, and he says, I know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried. I said, really? Well,
We saw him at the library too.
Well, where is he buried? He says, well, I can't tell you. I'm down here hiding from the mom. I can't tell you where Jimmy Hoffa is. So, you know, interesting characters. It's like very Damon Runyon-esque, you know. Those kind of people. You know.
I mean, I think we built as the band that we can't. I don't think I can say it, the name of the band that it was, but that sort of, you know, in Tennessee and in Charleston and different places, it sort of people knew us. They took care of us. Yeah. They welcomed us. We hung out with their daily lives, you know, and it was, you know, so. We're still looking to do that, but again, the name change I think facilitated me and these guys. Thanks to David, you know, joining. I think you were the catalyst, you know, because
in other words, they're going to blame you.
Yeah, right. It's write that down.
Yeah.
You know. So now that we actually are getting old content, new content, because like the Dead, I think we've been on the road a whole lot up to the pandemic, you know. Yeah. We have cultivated these songs over a decade, and so now we can put them together in album form and hopefully get them to people, which I've meant to do, but. It's like when you have another gig and another gig and another gig and another gig and another gig, and after that, 2 more gigs. You know, it's like, you know, and like I was saying to somebody, you know, a drummer once said at the end of 2 gigs, he said, you know, if we had another gig right now, we would go play it. And it's true. We're whores, you know. I mean, I don't know a better word for it. But, I mean, you know, it's just like what you do. And so now, finally, now that I think I have new we have new material coming out, that'll help book, too. And so I had to sort of get my confidence back a little bit. What?
And your hours.
And my hours, yeah. Now I'm off Thursday, Friday, so it's and I got all this annual leave.
Yep.
And I can be sick sometimes, or whatever. I'm gonna talk about that, but
it happens.
People it does sometimes.
Sometimes they get sick on Saturdays.
Right? Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah. A lot they do. But so. So yes, sir. We're getting back to it. I mean, it's what I you know, I still feel a great allegiance to the songs.
So What's the best way for somebody, if somebody wanted to book you, what's the easiest way for them to get in touch with you?
Well, you can get us at probably at Facebook at Josh Watson and the Oola, OOLA, band at Facebook.
Okay.
And for right now, and again, we've been sort of in a transition period. So, but that would be the best way to do it. But again, I think Josh Watson and Friends, though it sort of sounds like a TV show at 3:30 in the afternoon with some people talking about wallpaper, it probably works better, and is a bit more encompassing. I think the Oola Mala band, if you're not like a piano prodigy like Professor Longhair, it's sort of hard to call yourself that, because I'm not. Are you?
No.
Okay then.
No.
Okay then.
We have not covered that.
Not yet. But so yeah. So right now Facebook, Josh Watson and the Oola Mala band.
All right.
And if you want to book us and yeah.
So when's new material coming out?
Well, we're actually working in Sanford and in you guys' hometown, and we've got about 6 tunes getting kind of there, and then we're going to work with you in mid-February.
You guys are glutton for punishment, ain't you?
I know. We came here and we're like, this is amazing, and the piano's amazing, and you're amazing, and you even had an E string. Thank you. And so we're looking forward to it. But yeah, we've got it. Hopefully it depends. Hopefully by the summer we'll have it out, and we'll most certainly we'll make an effort to get it out little by little, and then maybe a full thing in the summer. So it is on its way, and it's fun because we have some special guests that I'm really excited about, because there's some pretty awesome musicians from Austin going to join us, and
Any names you care to drop yet?
Should I? I don't know. Is it something to drop?
I don't think it's really something you drop until
Until
you got a signed contract.
Keep people waiting.
I mean,
Yeah.
one person
Top
I
secret guest
know.
list.
Yeah.
Build that suspense.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
You can say
This
rhymes
person
with.
may or may not have played with Robert Earl Keen
So
for a long time. And it's not Lyle Lovett.
What?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He could get your hair right.
He could get my hair
fix
right.
your
He could
hair.
fix my
He's like,
hair.
you know what we're gonna do?
cut
We're
it
gonna do
off.
this, the Houston curl or whatever the hell that thing is.
Yep.
But,
I like that. I like the Houston curl.
Julia Roberts bought
I
it,
know.
buddy.
She
Hey,
sure did. She
so
sure did.
but yeah, so yeah, some I'm talking
So
to them.
hopefully sometime this summer.
Yes, sir. And but yeah, so we appreciate you
Yeah,
for
man.
having us.
No, I appreciate you guys coming in. You guys are a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun to. You guys got some fun music to listen to.
Thank you. I mean, I hope so. I mean, it's kind of depressing at the same time. So
No,
it's that.
it's not.
Well, I mean, the blues. I mean, it is like.
Blues aren't depressing.
Yeah, it's like writing a joke. It better be a good joke,
Yeah.
but you got to have at least a couple good lines where you're like, well, that ain't.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We try to keep it funny.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why we all still hang out really, or play music. Because, the camaraderie of it.
It was funny.
It is.
And we're extremely funny. So that really helps. And, we have even funnier people that couldn't come tonight because they've got a court date on Tuesday. And the ankle bracelet, right, go.
Well, it didn't stop the rest of us, though.
It didn't, nope. So, but, yeah.
Well, cool.
Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
sir.
with that, get the fuck out of here. You guys have a good one.
All right, thanks, Max.